Each year, we eagerly await the return of swallows and swifts after their amazing sojourn from Africa. It represents new beginnings and new life. Just as equally amazing is when Mrs. Duck comes to show off her new brood. Is that 10 or 11 ducklings?
Doesn't love a list, and boy do we have a lot to do. As fast as we wipe something off the list, something else goes on.
It is a windy one today, but at least the temperatures have gone a bit higher than they have been this last week or so.
It's been so freezing cold. I mean, really, down to like 1 degree at night.
Yeah.
Unheard of for the second half of May, really. And we've suffered a little bit, haven't we? The potatoes have been frosted.
They have.
Dahlias have been frosted.
Yeah. So as Sod's Law would have it, it's all or nothing. So in the next few days, it's going to be boiling hot. It's going to get up to like 29, 30 degrees over the weekend, apparently. So now, because we've been holding off putting stuff into the ground, we are on a mission today to get as much in the ground as possible. We're not worrying too much about weeding because we can do that when we come back from Crick after the weekend.
Yeah.
When the ground's dried a bit, because we've had so much rain, haven't we? It's been amazing.
It's perfect planting conditions. Yeah. The soil is really wet. It's going to get lovely and warm. So yeah, it's just plant, make some room in the polytunnel, because the polytunnel is going to be so hot at the weekend.
Yeah, I've got to get some of the pots out of there. We've got one of our neighbours who's going to look after the polytunnel for us while we're away at Crick Boat Show. But the first thing we're going to do is finish off this, what arbour would you call it?
It's the tunnel of beans.
Tunnel of love. It's going all the way across to the, more or less, the centre of the plot over there. So we've put the supports up, we've got to put some more up over there, and then we're going to put some arches over the top, made from wire.
It's probably still a bit windy. The runner beans are about a foot tall, so don't think we'll plant them out today. But once we've got the structure in, hopefully just before we go to Crick, we can get them in and watered. And by the time we come back from Crick, they're going to be this tall.
Oh, do you reckon? Vertical gardening, that's what it is. Save the space on the ground, take it up.
Yeah. So this is a complete cycle, and we're trying to garden really holistically, and everything that we take out really goes in our bellies or back in the ground. So any weeds or leaves, some get pulled out by the roots. I think that one actually broke, but we're trying to leave the roots in the ground to break down naturally and replenish the soil, and the leaves all go back in the compost. And we've had a little bit of a problem with our compost. We've had an uninvited guest, which is a rat. And he's been coming out of the bottom here, somewhere. We actually disturbed him the other day and he scampered off. So every time I've been coming back to the compost bin, I've been bashing it first to try and get rid of him, because I'm not keen on facing him. But we might have cured it. Archie had a haircut last week, and we put his hair in the compost. Until then, you could see rat droppings on the top of the compost. But since we've put the dog hair in there, there's been no sign of Mr. Rat. There's no hole coming out the bottom. So I'm wondering whether he's just scared of the smell of dog hair. So poor old Archie's getting another haircut tomorrow now, so we can replenish the compost bin.
Well, we've got the basic structure up. Look at that. It's a little bit Heath Robinson, but just use your imagination, folks. Just think of it covered in beans all the way up. Beautiful tunnel of beans. Go on, use your imagination. You know you can. It's going to be fine, honest.
What do you think, Archie?
Quite frankly, he says, I don't see what all the fuss is about. So we've got to do some more supports, make it a bit more strong, but it's going to be fun, isn't it?
At the end of the day, it's not taking up any ground space because they're growing over the path, and it'll be much easier to pick. Yeah, we just need all the rougher edges covered up with beans now.
Yeah.
But that will happen. It's not quite Chelsea Flower Show, but...
I don't think it'll get a gold, do you?
We're now at stage 3 of processing this beautiful mohair wool. As you can see, it's washed up. The locks are still in there. There's still little bits and pieces of grass and straw, but that's fine. Now what I need to do is get all the fibres running in the same direction so that I can spin it easily. So what I have to do is just take a little tiny bit at a time, pull it out, and little bits of straw and dust will still fall out of it. That's fine. And then this is a very, very slow process. We run it through this carding machine and it gets picked up by the 2 different sets of teeth on here, which comb it. You can do this by hand just with dog brush combs or dog brushes, but it takes a long while. And as I feed this in and turn the wheels, it gradually pulls the fibres through and picks them up on here. And I just have to do a little bit at a time, and eventually I'll get a nice big bat of wool on here that can be taken off, ready for spinning. And this can take quite a long time, but it's another slow, relaxing process. So that's one batch of this done. Normally I would fill it up until the teeth are filled up, but I just want to show you what happens next. So I'm going to pull these fibres off of the pins, and these are really long fibres on the Angora wool, and then we just tease this off, and this is called a bat. And it just comes off beautifully. You can see it's actually really quite shiny, this wool. It's got a beautiful sheen on it. Now this is one pass through the carder, and you can see there's still little bits of lumpy bits on there, and I could spin it like this, but I would run that through another 2 or 3 times until you get this beautiful soft wool, and this is ready now for spinning. This is the best bit for me. This is so calm and relaxing and meditative, and it's lovely. And as the spinning wheel twists the wool, it just, you can see it just forms in. I'm still getting a few little bits in here, but this is, I like this. This is giving the wool character. I'm not looking for shop bought quality yarn. I like the fact that it's got little kinks and curls in it, and I could just go all evening on this now. It's such a lovely process just to pull this out. I've still got little bits of grass and stuff coming out of it, but this is going to get at least 2 more washes, so I'm really not worried. And it's all going onto the spool, and when that's spun I will then wind it into skeins, and this will come out like that, which I may then ply it again, twist it against itself to make a thicker yarn. And this one is made from wool that I didn't card because I wanted to keep all these locks in there, and I think that's going to make a lovely shawl with all those extra little bits in there. And the mohair is so fluffy and so lovely. But I'm just playing. There's so many different things that you can do. Ply it, make it thicker, keep the curls in, take the curls out. But yeah, it's a lovely thing to do. So this is probably the 4th time that each piece of wool has gone through my hands from the beginning of the process before I even get to weaving. And next time I'll show you how we go from this into some woven yarn or woven cloth. These are going to get washed again to fix the twisting so that it doesn't come untwist when I weave it, and then we'll be ready to weave.
Well, who's a good boy? All showered and trimmed and Crick Boat Show ready.
Well, it's been a bit of a whirlwind getting to this point. We've been rushing about planting and sorting stuff out, but it's the most peaceful, beautiful evening, and we're just enjoying this quietness before the manicness of Crick Boat Show, and we're ready to go.
We're really looking forward to it, and if you come in, we can't wait to see you all. And well, that's about it. We're just going to enjoy this beautiful sunset, and we'll see you on the next one.
Or see you at Crick.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Ta-ra.